Knowing his enemies were waiting to pounce, he rushed back to Paris to raise another army, quickly gathering a force of over 350,000 men, but they were mostly rookies. It's hard to keep track, but by this point Europe had cobbled together its sixth coalition to try and deal with the Napoleon problem. This time made up of Prussia, Russia, Spain, Portugal, Sweden, the United Kingdom, and several smaller German states. Despite being vastly outnumbered and commanding an inexperienced army, Napoleon used all his genius to score several major victories against the Allies. But it wasn't enough. With attacks coming in on multiple fronts and much of the French army in full retreat, Napoleon was eventually defeated in the Battle of Leipzig. He was eventually forced to abdicate, and Louis XVIII, brother of the previous, recently guillotined king, took the throne. Napoleon was sent into exile on the island of Elba off the coast of Tuscany. As a mark of respect, or possibly just to piss him off, the Allies named him Emperor of his new domain. Whatever the motivation, Napoleon took this role seriously, introducing his customary sweeping reforms. In just 9 months, he created a mini-army, a navy, invested in the island's infrastructure, introduced modern agricultural methods, established an iron mine, and updated Elba's legal and educational systems. But after having controlled most of Europe, a small island was never going to be enough. Leading a micro-army of 700 men, he escaped, landing in France on the 1st of March 1815. Even led by the legendary Napoleon, 700 men should have posed zero threat to France. But the newly installed king made a fatal error. He sent a huge army to destroy Napoleon once and for all. A huge army made up of soldiers who utterly adored their former general. The king's army promptly switched sides and began marching on Paris. Apparently a bit of a slow learner, Louis XVIII sent yet another, even bigger army to take down Napoleon,